Okay, so if you watched the first video, yes, there was another spot that was supposed to go behind that, but my phone is eating storage and I'm losing fingernails, so we're going to recap this before I go to another outfit in the mushroom saga. It's gonna happen. I've had a day. Y'all have been cleaning. Okay, so if you watched, we made our mushrooms, which you know how I made them now. You've watched that, I would say, if you're here. Then we did a base coat of white, just apple barrel white. We let it dry. We let it dry completely so we'd have a bright base underneath. Then we came in and mixed apple barrel red. This is plaid red. Any red will do, honestly. Oh, gosh, about drop stuff. And then we came in and mixed a green with it. And if y'all know, you know, the only green I have right now is this Grinch green from last year's Craft-A-Palooza. So we mixed those with a dollop of black and made our own mahogany brown. I did a brown coat, and then I decided the caps needed to be more red, so I added more red and mixed it just a brighter red on the caps only. Stems remained brown. That's where we are right now. I'll be back in a couple minutes, and we'll start another painting as soon as this finishes drying, and I'll see you in probably about 20 more minutes in another outfit. It happens. We're back. Yes, I said a new outfit. Here I am. What am I doing? I'm going through some of my late spring, early summer clothes, and wearing a couple dresses I didn't know if they would fit or not. This one I think will go another year. Like I can use it for a bathing suit cover up and stuff around the house. It's not super, super low in the back, but it's low enough I wouldn't wear it like out of the house. No, it's under my... I can wear it over a bathing suit anywhere I go, so that's fine. Doing that, I'm sorting through all my clothes and putting them in a pile for 2 other people to take. Just trying to bless somebody with what I've grown out of. I got in my fake hair today in a bun, and it's been a butthole today, so we're just going to ignore that. And I'm down 2 nails from everything I've been doing today. So we just need to go ahead and get this started. And before we get started, I'm going to show you an ornament I made. I haven't put the hanger on it yet. It says 2024 because y'all are backwards, and it's got 2 trees, snow, and jingle bells in it. And it's got a Arctic Fox fur palm on the top. I'm going to be sending that to my daughter in her Christmas basket, her Christmas box. I do have both my cloches washed and waiting. This just seems to be taking longer. And I know everybody's going, oh, Elizabeth got smart after making gigantic messes and mopping her kitchen twice. No, actually, I put on my apron, but I almost hate to get my apron dirty because my mama made my apron. So the blue dress you saw got horribly painted on because I dropped the paint in my lap. So it's in the garbage. There's no saving it, not even if I soaked it. So it's in the garbage. And my previous video had another spot that was supposed to come on to the end of that, but I'm testing my puff paint. Okay. But for some reason, it decided to cut it off. And I think it's because my phone is having massive storage issues. So we're going to take this apple barrel puff paint, but y'all saw the gist of it. And we're just going to do dots. And then I'm going to push on the top of the dot to make it flat as possible. Okay. Well, it's going to be mounded no matter what. But we'll touch it with a finger when it's about 1/3 of the way dry. Smash it. Smash it. I'm putting one near the top. They don't have to be perfect. Mother Nature is not perfection, as we've seen in Appalachia lately. Why ain't that negative truth? I'm just going to do a bunch of dots. The top layer is going to be dots. The second layer, I'll do the underneath ribbing. And I honestly haven't made my mind up on how to do that. It's speckles. I think it's cute, okay? We'll just call it what it is. I think it's cute. Now, can I get it back in here to dry? Probably not. This one has been a booger about being in this styrofoam the whole freaking time. But I really need it to be in the styrofoam. I've been laying it down on my little candle holder here that I use as a little riser table when I'm crafting, but it does not seem... Oh, well, just, break. It does not seem to want to go back in there. Can I push you in here if I do that? Yeah. And these things will fall on you 5,000 times, so be prepared. They are very cumbersome. That's the one thing I really don't like about them, is they're just everywhere. So we're just going to do our polka dots this time. And I'm going to do lighter on this one to see if they look more realistic. I think after I smash them with my finger, they'll probably be okay. But I'm going to do that after I put all the dots on them. The ones that have the skirt underneath, I'll probably kind of mix some white onto the skirt to make them stand out, you know, because they are poisonous. The ones with the skirt are. I'm just going to come back and push it with my finger and make a flat spot and make a bigger. Of course, everybody goes home and have my fingerprint now, but hey, I'm on federal and state things for my jobs anyway, so who cares? That's the thing of having a government contract through an agency like AmeriCorps. You are fingerprinted, DNA'd. They want to know everything about you. Oh, this does kind of, if you pat it, oh, okay, if you pat it, it kind of spreads them out and does kind of make them look more like a mushroom in the woods where it gets the spots. Okay. Okay. I kind of like that. I'm not going to lie. It looks more real to me, so. Because I have blood work tomorrow, and I'll be at the doctor most of the day tomorrow, so. This has been a get crap done day. So, it's been one of those days. I'm going to sit that right there, make sure it's kind of level so it doesn't run. Now then, my chickens are popping. I'm going to turn these upside down. I'm going to get just a hair on my brush and kind of dry dab it. And I'm going to try just to pull away and make some little rib-looking lines. I don't know how good that's going to be, but it's in different spots with the texture of your brush, which I kind of like. And I'm going to make the top very, very white. And under here, I'm going to do a better job. I'm going to make this really white around the edge and then striped on the inside. Well, spotted on the inside. So I want that really white. Can you see that? Really white around the edge on the skirt and kind of spotty on the inside. I'm also going to come back over the big things and kind of do just some downward strokes on a couple of areas. So in the underside, very scratchy lines from your brush, make the very tops of it white. On the outsides, drag down and kind of blend everything in together with a few heavy spots to make it look a little bit more realistic. I went and looked at pictures. I don't know what kind of painting, but it's a very prominent, because it came up on like every photo I looked at. Make this one a little weird. Y'all ever make something like weird on purpose just to see if people will notice? I do that a lot. I like that when it looks like it's younger, so I make it a little bit more white. It's not aged as much as the other ones. That's my thought process there. And on the underneath again, I'm just striping it with my brush. All right, and that's about all the time that took. So now we're going to let this step dry. This is where all the time is in this. The next step when we come back, just to cover up any spots that we think might need it, and then we're going to start trying to stage them, which I'm sure the first part will be gluing. But here we go. We're rolling forward, y'all. I hope I'm done painting. I mean, I might have to, I think moss can cover a plethora of sins. Oh, I have hair out. So moss is going to be my masking item for the cloche, but I think we're done with this. Gotta check my chicken. Be back in just a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna rush this just a little bit because what would it be if I didn't rush it? It's tacky, it's almost dry. I've got a lot of really awesome natural dried moss here, and I've got it in two really pretty colors. I've got a brown, a dark green, and a light green. And I really like this brown, but I want to use the light green because I've got a dark brown on this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this moss to anchor it to the wood and to help it affix. So I found a spot, there's a ring right here. I found a spot where I know I want to put my mushroom. So I'm going to use the moss to help me affix it to the base because the moss will stick. I'm using this while it's still kind of tacky and not super, super, super hot yet. You'll still burn the far out of you, so do be careful if you do this. And I'm going to use it and kind of collar that glue up there and hold it to the moss and be like, okay, it's going to hold. And you're going to hold it till it cools now. I'm sorry, there's no nice way to do this. You just kind of have to do this. You have to put the legwork in here to get stuff to stand up. This is how I've done some of the stuff in some of the ornaments I've done. I use stuff to help anchor and stabilize. And it helps a lot. It helps a great deal, actually. It helps a whole lot. You just want to be careful and always try to cover it. And try not to burn yourself, although I've burnt myself 50,000 times, so I understand if you do. But we just want to use that to build a little collar up around this mushroom to where it's going to have a little bit more stability when all the glue solidifies. So let's give this a moment to dry. I think it's really cute, actually. Let's give this a moment to dry. And I'm probably going to put one with it, but I'll have to do that after the first initial glue dries and then set another one down in there and dig out a little hole and make a collar for it. But this is going to be the first initial mushroom placement. And I'm very happy with the coloration, so we're good there. I just don't want to, yeah. We'll come back and put a little one. Just a minute. So we have our mushrooms placed. And I have to admit, I did it with only hot glue. I thought I'd use E6000 too, but the hot glue secured so well because this wood's really dry. It just sucked it down. I even put a little stick right there. And I made sure the whole time I was doing it that it would fit under the cloche. And I left room on top for, if I can find them now. It's a big if. For my butterflies, if I can find them. Here they are. So I can put a butterfly with them. I'm going to watch my dinner on the table. So, all in all, I have to say this worked out way better than I thought it would. When I first saw them starting with the egg cartons, I'm kind of amazed at how realistic they do look. At least, I mean, from 12, 16 inches, they look really real. I don't know if it's the transformation that the styrofoam undergoes or if it's just the paint that does it all. I don't know. I will say it's really neat. It's a little time consuming, especially if you're not used to waiting for paint to dry 50,000 times in a craft. Oh, I was a little concerned. Oh, but it's a very neat process. Now all we need is a limb here for a songbird and some more moss. Be back in a minute. I really like the butterfly. I am going to hold its wings up though until it dries. Very cute. Very, very, very cute. You should try this. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I just got done. And I actually I had enough material to make 3 of these, okay? So here's number 1. It's got 2 in there with a butterfly. This one's really close so they can look at it. It's got a ribbon tied on the top with some more butterflies. I think it's cute. And then I got super crafty, and I put the other 2 mushrooms in here with a butterfly. I like this one's very simplistic. I like this one. Those look so real from out here, guys. I did not anticipate this going that well. Even with the brush strokes coming down, it's weird how real it looks. I'm just going to say that. It's weird how real it looks. And then I got artsy-fartsy because I had more dried flowers and another cloche that I'm going to put a ribbon on. But I wanted to show you this before I put a ribbon on so you can see it. I put a rainbow quartz tower in here with a butterfly on it and some greenery, some dried flowers. And I put another butterfly outside sitting and watching. But that's a rainbow quartz tower in there that that butterfly's on, with the flower glued up the side of it. Is that not gorgeous? Let's go artsy fartsy. I'm going to put a ribbon on this one, and then I'll be done. I didn't anticipate these to take, number one, take that long. The drying time. It's drying time again. You're going to leave me. It was just always drying time. And so I'm not a very patient person. That's why I normally have a heat gun. Heat guns can't be used with glue and styrofoam. Don't do it. It releases too many toxins. Don't do it. But I am amazed. I even put some little moss on top of this one. I'm amazed at how realistic these look when you get right up on them. I did not anticipate that. Give it a try. I'm glad this came in today in another Temu bag, which it was just crafts and dried flowers. It was just this and dried flowers. So pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay. Try it. Bye.